This continues section 3.3, and we're honing in on our skills for horizontal and vertical lines and finding the slopes of those. So what we have is two visual lines here. The blue lines represent the coordinate system, and the black lines here are the ones that we're looking at. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to identify the horizontal line. Well, this would be the horizontal line right here, right? So that's what we want to identify. And then we want to identify two sets of ordered pairs. So part B here of example 13 is to identify a couple of ordered pairs on that line. And therefore we know that we have any old x, and then the y's are always going to be the same. So if we identify what the y is, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so the y's values are 5 here. And then I could put in two pairs anywhere. Let's do the y-intercept, 0, 5. I don't know, let's do 5, 5, 5, just for giggles. All right, so there we have two ordered pairs. And then the equation of this horizontal line, well, you know what? We know that because we know all horizontal lines have the form y equals whatever the y-coordinate of all the ordered pairs are. There's the y-coordinate of all these ordered pairs. They all have 5 in them. So y equals 5. That's our equation. And then part D says find the slope of the horizontal line. Well, it's a horizontal line. We know the slope of horizontal lines are 0, but we're going to actually verify that using the slope formula. So using the slope formula to verify that, we're going to see y1 minus y2, and that's over x2 minus x1. Ordered pair, ordered pair. So 5 minus 5 is 0, and 5 minus 0 is 5. 0 divided by anything is indeed 0, and we see the slope is indeed 0. So that just verifies what we knew before. Now we're going to do the same thing for the vertical line. So we know that this is the vertical line. So what we need to do to get ordered pairs for a vertical line is we need to identify what x coordinates it goes through. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going through x equals 5. So we know that the x coordinates of every single ordered pair is 5. So we can just put in anything that we want to. Let's do the x-intercept, 5, 0, and then let's do -3 here. So something totally different. So now we could actually even give the equation because we know every single vertical line is going to look like x equals, and x equals whatever the vertical component is, the x coordinate. So x equals 5. That's that vertical line's equation. And then the next thing that we want to do is we want to give the, oops, I did that, the vertical line. This should be F, and this should be G, and now we're on to H. Sorry about that. Now we want to give the slope. Well, it's a vertical line. All vertical lines have undefined slope, and so we can simply just write it just that easily. And then we're going to verify that with the slope formula just to show that, yeah, indeed it is. So we have our y coordinates subtracting y2 minus y1, so -3 minus 0 over x2, 5, subtract x1, which is positive 5. And so this gives us a -3 over a 0. And division by 0 is undefined. Of course, you got to have that down, right? Got to know about which is which to have horizontal and vertical line slopes be apparent to you via the slope formula. So we've verified that the slope of that line is indeed undefined as we expected it to be. So those 3 points are really important for you to know. Knowing the equation of a vertical or a horizontal line, knowing the types of ordered pairs that go along with that horizontal or vertical line, and knowing the slopes of horizontal and vertical lines. Those 3 pieces of information are tightly woven together. And that's going to wrap up our section. We'll see you next time for section 3.4.